So, good evening everybody at home. Glad you could join us for this Azimo Super 8 All-Star game. Provided to you tonight with SideOut, London Volleyball Association and Volleyball England. I'm here with Jordan Dalrymple. We're getting ready for the big game warm-up.
Good afternoon everyone, I'm Jordan Dalrymple, I'm here with Carol Gordon. We are indeed getting ready for the big game warm-up, this showdown between international stars of the Super 8 and the GB stars of the Super 8. There's a lot to see today. Some players to look out for on the GB side. We've got Paige Fullerton, she's only 17, that's number 10. She might be playing in the middle today, definitely one to watch. She's going to be something big in the next few years. We've got Vicky Palmer on the outside, she's number 14 and one of the two captains, the other being Jodie Gregson, the setter on the GB side. She's come from Northumbria. All three of them should be delivering something special today along with their teammates. Let's not rule anyone out. Carol, what do you think of the international side?
Well, I have to say, Jordan, the international side from our Super 8s are actually looking quite strong today. They're captained by Luca Toth, who plays with our current London team, Bologna. And the Bologna crowd, I'm sure you will hear shortly, the drums are getting warmed up nicely. They also have an experienced outside hitter in Magda Ropiak from Team Northumbria. Gaia Canavari is a young setter, only 18 years of age. She's likely to start on the bench, but watch her because she's got a canny kind of game.
I definitely wasn't aware myself that Canavari was only 18 years old. That should be really interesting. On the international side, we've also got Whitney Phillips to look out for. She's the outside for Team Northumbria. She's had a great season. Northumbria have obviously won the Super 8 League and also the National Cup final. She's just swung there, just through two just now. The teams are just warming up. Anyone else you wanted to have a look out for, Carol?
Yeah, I still think we should also look at Virag Farkas for Salford. Salford are an up-and-coming side, been in the Super 8s a couple of seasons, and definitely a team to watch out for the future.
There's a lot of promising potential on the court today. So definitely we're looking at some really interesting volleyball. It should be a great game. This warm-up's heating up. The Bologna supporters in the corner starting to get revved.
Yeah, we'd also like to thank some of our great sponsors for the game today. As we mentioned, Azimo are the main sponsor, but we'd also like to have a huge thanks to SideOut, the main organisers of the event today, Ticket Hour, Sportset, London Volleyball Association, Volley First, Super 8 Stats.
Your student body.
And your student body. Run by two very good friends of ours, known as
Nathan and Pete. That would be Nathan French and Pete Bakare. You'll see them both on the GB side in the men's game later on. It's scheduled to start at 4:30. It won't start earlier. It may start a little later, depending on how this game goes.
Okay, so thanks everybody at home for joining us. We're going to let you sit back and watch the rest of the warm-up. They're due to start serving in about 30 seconds, and then we'll take you through the start of the first game.
Speak to you.
Okay, so for the GB All-Star Super 8 team, we have Catherine Thornton, number 3. We have Megan Van Essen, number 5. We have Vicky Palmer, number 14. We have Lizzie Smith, number 11. And number 18 is Jodie Gregson. And their libero, starting libero, is Sophie Keating from Salford. Over to the international team. Starting setter and captain is number 1, Luca Toth. Followed by number 2, Magda Ropiak. Then we have Anna Nikopoulou, number 6. Number 12, Christina Graven. Number 14, Esther Neji. And the one to watch, number 18, Whitney Phillips, MVP for Super 8s this year.
So the teams are on court. They're just setting up in their positions. Their rotations will be checked in a moment. The libros will swap on, and we'll be ready to go. If you're watching at home and cheering for the internationals, that one's for you. But if you're watching at home and cheering for GB, this one's for you. If you've just joined us, welcome to the Azimo Super 8 All-Star Game, brought to you by SideOut. We are about to begin. First serve, Jodie Gregson. That's number 18 and one of the captains on GB's side. Here we go. It's a great first kill through two there by Whitney Phillips. Carol, how important is the first point in a game for you? What do you think?
I think it just sets the measure of, okay, we're here to play. We're not going to take it easy. We're not going to give you any secrets away. We're just going to play. Obviously, you may choose to serve or you may choose to the reception as your advantage.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more with that. We've had a nice cheeky little point off the net there. Number 14, Esther Nagy, up to serve again. She's one of the middles for the international. Here we go. She serves out. Vicky Palmer, number 14, one of the other captains on GB's side, up to serve now. Carol, have you worked with Vicky before?
Yeah, Vicky's been one of our mainstay players throughout the junior and senior national team program. She was unfortunate not to make the GB team for 212, but she's had some significant sex with her beach partner, Jess Grimston, who's on the bench today, in the last couple of years, and they actually go to represent us in Europe this coming summer.
We may see some interesting stuff from Jess when she comes on later today. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely Jess is the thinker in the game as well. She definitely uses the ball to her advantage.
Little bit of a miscommunication on the GB side there. The ball drops and hits the floor, and that point's awarded to internationals. Luca Toth, the number 1 there, the setup for the international team, up to serve. Looks like she's going to float serve today. Just skims the libero, Sophie Keating, on the way out. Difficult to track sometimes, especially in a new hall with you know, players not having trained recently, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, with the season just finishing, players may not have been ready for this game, which is highly publicised. They've got a great crowd in today, and I have to commend SideOut on doing a great job. The atmosphere is probably quite warm also today, so serving is probably a little bit nervous, to say the least.
Definitely, there'll definitely be some nerves thrown around today, and it's a lovely venue. Like, I myself will be on court later, so I'm hoping to see these guys get comfortable with the venue, so that when we come on later, they've set the tone, they've set the bar for us. Yeah,
they definitely will. Don't forget, I think it's great that volleyball is one of those sports that absolutely gives equal standing to the women and the men. So it's great to see the girls on court today. So let's go, girls. Let's put a show on for everybody.
Absolutely. Change of serve there from Luca Toth. She's serving short, and she's caught number... She's just caught, Luca Toth has just caught number 3 there, Catherine Thornton, out with a short serve. And again, she's changed her serve and won the point there. Do you advocate kind of changing a serve every change of location of where you serve every time you get to serve again?
No. If a serve's working for you, why change it?
Seems like Luca disagrees. Let's see what she does this time. Back to the same place as the last one. Very quick reverse set there from Jodie Gregson. on the GB side, you have Megan Van Essen up to serve now. Megan's recently been through the national team programs herself, hasn't she?
Yes, and also she has twin sisters who have currently gone through the system. So they come from quite a strong club set up in Manchester. Megan's also one of our young leaders and coaches, which is always great to see them carrying on with the profession.
That timeout is a technical there. The score is currently 8-2 to the international side, mainly through the benefits of Luca's serve. She is changing it up quite a lot, isn't she, Carol?
Yeah, I think as we know, for most of our viewers at home, they'll know that the serve often is the first chance to get to attack the serve-receive team. You might be choosing particular players, or you might attack where the set is coming from. Luca's confident in her own ability. She'll mix it up according to how she feels at the time.
She's definitely applying the pressures to the GB side at the moment. They're not passing particularly badly. It's just a couple of miscommunications on court have left them 6 points down, but they can bring it back, can't they?
Absolutely. It's going to take a while for both teams to settle in. They don't play with each other regularly, although you've got some team members that are common to each team. So it is a communication thing. But do you know what? Make the decision, say sorry after.
It's another tough serve there, this time delivered by Whitney Phillips, number 18. Really putting the pressure on the GB passing unit. She serves into the net. Pressure off, Carol, what do you think?
No, not yet. With a 6-point cushion, the GB team just have to settle into let's get their offense going, and then that'll give them some confidence. Let's hope Jodie can do it for them.
That ball's been called a carry there. It's difficult sometimes. There can be a lot of disagreement as to whether a carry is a carry, in fact. But I don't know. Did you see that play there? What do you think?
With the beach season commencing, some of these players might already be training on the beach, so I think the handling is one to watch.
Of course, we're also going to see a lot of different styles today, with people coming from different clubs, different locations, having learned different styles of volleyball. But in a way, that's kind of nice. We'll see how it all comes together on the court here.
Yeah, it's also good for the coaches to discuss, particularly with the setting issue, whether you want stiff fingers or you want accommodation through the wrist.
That point won there by Jodie Gregson, number 18 on the GB side. A little tip down on the second ball, just trying to catch the defense out and succeeding. It's a great swing. That last swing there was from Christina Graben. She's been one of the outsides at Team Northumbria this year. Also with Whitney Phillips, so she'll be used to working with Whitney in the passing unit. That serve out there takes the score to 11-7 in favour of the internationals. They're not going to be able to pull it back if they're serving out, are they, though, Carol?
No, service pressure is one thing that you have to just control. It's not about trying to rev up the offense. Just make sure that you give the setter a decent enough ball so that you guarantee offense. You've got to give the team the other ball in order to make sure that the game continues. But people will want to come out with strong service to put people under pressure from the start.
It's got to be the way it is. Another tough miscommunication there on the GB side. That one between number 14, Vicky Palmer, and the libero, Sophie Keating. The GB side's head coach, Dave Goodchild, has just called a timeout. I'm sure he'll be talking to them about that passing situation. It's actually Darren Lewis who seems to be taking the head, the assistant coach. Carol, what do you think he'd be saying right now?
I think he'd just say, look, girls, there's a tough serve inside against us. You have to make a decision, live with the decision, and make sure the ball goes up. Anybody can set this ball. It doesn't have to go through your setter. If you're under pressure from the serve, then make sure the ball's up. Make sure somebody gets a decent handling on the ball, and let's start swinging, girls.
Definitely couldn't agree more with that, Carol. I know you've got a lot of experience as a coach yourself, and yeah, a lot of people have got a lot of respect for you. Entered into the Hall of Fame this year, didn't you?
I did indeed, sir. Thank you.
That serve from Magda Ropiak passed up by Sophie Keating there. Just failing to get the ball back over the net there. Magda Ropiak will have another serve. The international girls are now 14-7 up. Let's see if the GB girls can break this run. It's good cover. It doesn't come up. Carol, cover is an important part of the game anyway, isn't it? So they've done well in a sense.
Yeah, cover and recycling the ball is probably one of the least practice skills that we have. But you've got to respect when a team puts up a great block. It isn't all over. The ball still has to hit the floor, and as long as you're in the right position, you have to recycle and get another swing on the ball.
Unfortunately, the GB girls didn't get that far on that occasion, but it's promising, definitely promising.
What's her name? She's not on the list. What's her name? Come on, from West Midlands, left hand down.
So as we go into the second technical timeout there, the score is 16-8. There's been a few changes on the GB girls side, Carol. Have you noticed those? What do you think?
Yeah, sometimes coaches will introduce a double substitution. So put the setter back row and then put another hitter row front row, because you've got to up the ante on the offense. But it's also a time to interrupt, if you like, the opposition's concentration.
So that ball just hit in the net, yeah, haven't hit in the net. Haven't really had a chance to see Gemma Beddoes in her setting position yet. And it looks like we won't get a chance just yet. We may have to wait for a later set for that. Same from Paige Fullerton. She didn't really have a chance to have an impact on the game there. But certainly we know she can bring something promising to the court later on.
Yeah, Paige was, along with her twin brother, Nathan Fullerton, who we'll see later on as well. They started their careers from the age of 12 when we invited them to what's known as a high peaks performance camp. And they've got a lot to come. They're both quite young still, but Paige has had the opportunity through the juniors to play through the middle and through swinging through the outside. So she has a lot of potential.
Definitely can't wait to see that later on. We've just had two serves there from Jodie Gregson, the first an ace, the second in the net. But certainly that ace, maybe that gap was needed to bring Jodie's head back into the game. We've just got Whitney Phillips subbed off, for number 3, Alex Yahova. I didn't mean to pronounce that properly, I apologize. Alex is a player who's been playing with Swiss Cottage this season. She'll definitely bring something interesting to the court of her own brand. Substitutions there, changing the momentum of the game quite a lot. I mean, Is that a bad thing, do you think, or do you think it can change it up, especially when they're in the lead for the international side, that is?
Well, it's difficult being the first set for any coach. If the team aren't settled, then the things that you've got open to you are obviously the technical timeouts. You can take your own timeouts, but actually sometimes just putting personnel in and see how they get on. So for Dave and Darren, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge just to see which players are stepping up to this occasion, because it's a fantastic occasion we're witnessing here. Great job, SideOut.
Couldn't agree more again, Carol. Could not agree more. It's a fairly long distance reverse set from Jodie there. It's a great kill though, to be setting that distance, almost 7-8 meters. That's quite a long way to be setting, Carol, but definitely if you can do it, go for it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just a question of choose the simplest set. You've got to go to the player you want to put the ball away, and Vicky is somebody who shows her aggression really well on the court.
Aggression's almost even an input, if you like, or a factor for the setters. Even though they're not actually hitting the ball, there is a mentality to setting, and you've got to approach it in their way, I suppose.
Well, setters are a mini computer. They have to make a decision very fast, and they have to be very decisive. Without that, you can't run an offense.
Definitely, it's a split-second game. So we now have number 14. On the GB side, Vicky Palmer subbing back on for Vicky Palmer coming off for Jess Rimson now. And this is number 1, Varere Oyawan to serve.
Jordan, I don't know if you managed to pick up there, but we also had a substitution for the All-Stars. The young setter guy, Canavari's made the court. Watch this girl work. She loves to work her court. She'll be taking a sneak peek at the GB team to make her mark.
That call there responded to differently by 3 people in the crowd. Carol, what do you think of that call?
It's a difficult one. She tried the one-handed set coming from the back court. She cannot play the ball over the net, so she did her best, but referee's decision.
That's Christina Graven there that you've just seen get blocked by the GB girls. The GB girls are definitely going to need to get some of those blocks in. They've had quite a few hits into the block themselves, which they've covered but haven't been able to get back over the net. This may help them turn the game around, so if they can keep getting that. Oh, we have a let there. The Bologna supporters in the corner drumming up a beat. Have you played many or coached many games, Carol, where they've been around?
Yes, we've had more noise from the away team, Bologna, our home venues, but it's great to see. This is what international volleyball is about. It's about a crowd, it's about an atmosphere, and it's about some great plays.
Must say we've got all of that today, this spectacularly delivered event. SideOut and Azimo have done a great job. It's a great D-slide play there by the GB International girls. A D-slide, Carol, do you want to explain what that might be if for anyone who's a little bit unsure, especially those of you who are playing more familiar with the men's game, in which it's unfrequently run?
Yeah, it's a second tempo type of play, which means that it's still quick, but you give distance to the ball, and the attacker just runs behind the playmaker, the setter, and normally it's a 1-foot takeoff so that you can get a rotation and a swing.
We've got a great rally going here. A little tip tips it in the direction of the international girls. And we have number 9, Yolanda Zutest, back to serve now. Let's see if she can put some more pressure on the GB passing unit. Jess Grimson's great pass there set that up. And a pipe from the backcourt. Also a second tempo ball, like the D-slide. As 1GB the point, that's great. They're using their hitters very well. Jodie's using her hitters very well.
Yeah, I agree with that. The GB have closed the gap a little bit now with the points.
Good tip cover from Jess Grimson there. And a swing from Christina Graben gives the international girls set point. The score is 24-16. Carol, have you seen many games brought back from a 24-16 down scoreline?
Very few, but I'll hold my breath because it can be done. They've just got to believe.
Another little miscommunication brings the set to an end, 25-16. The international girls have done a great job there, putting a lot of pressure on the passing unit of the GB girls. Certainly they're going to be talking to their coaches about that. Carol, what do you think of that set in general?
I think it was a nervous start by the GB All-Stars, but I think the international team came with a game plan to say, let's start putting pressure from the service box. I think in pockets, the international possibly have a stronger offensive team, but I think the GB side have definitely got some players who know how to play a game. So if they can't use their power, most definitely they're going to be starting to use some of their clever shots. They've just got to take confidence from their better momentum that they moved into in the second half of that set.
Certainly the caliber of players on both sides of the court there is capable of coping with what's coming at them. Both sides can cope with what's coming at them. They're just going to need to deal with that slightly better, and I'm sure we'll see a more even game.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
We'll be back with you in just a few minutes when we come back into the second set of this Super 8 All-Star game brought to you by Azimo and SideOut.
1, 2, 3,
2. Back in the game, we have GB Stars against the International. Welcome to everybody at home if you've just joined us. This is the Azimo Super 8 All-Star Game. Brought to you today by SideOut, London Volleyball Association and Volleyball England. Game on. You ready, Jordan?
Certainly. I'm waiting to see what GB can bring back to this court. I'm wanting a 5-setter, Carol. I don't know about you.
Yes, please. So the international team are starting with their young setter, Gaia Canavari, number 8. She gets ready to serve. Good to see the pressure on the serve, but they just couldn't maintain. Slight night touch there, I think, Jordan.
Yeah, definitely. I think I saw that myself. It was a good attempt to swing off the hands in any case, but not a problem.
A serve from number 11, Lizzie Smith, for the international team. Straight down the middle. Let's go, GB. Let's look for that 5-setter, Jordan.
It's coming. Oh, did I jinx Lizzie? Did I jinx Lizzie Smith there?
Great swing by Magda, but there we go, Team GB, Catherine and V, force the block. Jodie Gregson, number 18, goes back to serve for GB. Magda Ropiak blocked again there. Looks like GB are back on the roll. Hey, Jordan.
The block is, it's so important. Like, that's great to see from GB, from the GB girls, who blocked quite a few times in the first set. To be turning that around and getting those blocks themselves, you know, it's the first line of defense. So definitely great to see this. You can see Bakare one there at the net. She looks ready to block this ball.
Great defense there from Whitney Phillips. She comes in for the pipe. There you go, GB. Definitely, and V Oriarni, number 1, is definitely making her mark on this game. She's helped out with the block, and there she goes with the attack as well. Important to translate that defense into attack, Jordan.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm loving that rally just there. We've got some great defense. We've got some different tempo plays. It's definitely heating up this game. And again.
Great swing there by number 16, Madhya. Apologies, number 16 is Patricia, actually we don't have that number, apologies, we can't bring you that. Apologies, people at home. We have a number 16 for the international team, Virat Farkas. So you join us in the second set of the first game. It's 6-4 to Team GB. Jodie Gregson forced a dig set there, but the ball's still in play. There we go, that's the cheeky beach play from Jess Grimson, but unfortunately the international team were onto it. Jordan, we see a lot of jump floats from the women. How effective is the jump float compared to a spiked jump serve?
Definitely there's different opinions in the game about this. The jump float, it does what it says on the tin, basically. The ball floats and moves in the air. It makes it really difficult to track the ball. This is for a serve receiver, or a passer. It makes it difficult for them to know where the ball is going to land and for where they need to place their body. Versus the spike jump serve, which is obviously a lot quicker, a lot more power behind it. It does travel in a slightly more predictable trajectory due to the topspin that's on the ball, but you've got to cope with the power. You know, there's benefits to both. Seeing the float serve in the women's game is not uncommon. It's a slightly lower net, so the serves are going to be flatter and even harder to track. Certainly the girls here are delivering some great serves today.
Okay, so we head into the first technical timeout of the second set of this Azimo Super 8 All-Star game. The technical timeout is introduced a couple of years ago. It's a full minute as opposed to the 30-second timeout that the coaches can take. Jordan, in terms of a 1 minute, what do you think the coaches can really deliver in the 1 minute?
For me as a player, certainly that 1 minute can turn things around. Volleyball's a momentum game. If you're down, that 1 minute can change everything because players have got to come back onto court, and whoever is serving, if they're in the middle of a service run, they've got to recreate that momentum and bring it back. That 1 minute can change everything. And actually, interestingly, in this set right now, where you have the GB girls up 8-5, it's almost the complete reversal of the score from last set. From the last set, in which the score was 8-2 to the international girls. So it's great to see the GB girls really biting back in that sense, and they'll probably use that timeout to continue boosting now.
Yeah, agreed. With a minute, you can say something, but you can also allow players just to think a little bit, take the rest, get their thoughts, and get back on court. And it's interesting, Team GB seemed to come out of that timeout ready to go before the international team. Game on. 8-5 to Team GB. That's a great set from the young Daya. And Whitney Phillips, powerful cross-court hit.
She's not just hit cross-court there, Carol. She's hit 4-4.
Yeah, that's a 4-4.
Very impressive stuff there.
There was one player that we had from our international team many seasons ago. The Docklands listeners will recognize this name. There was a guy called Albrecht Glitz. He was awesome at the 4-4 shot. Very difficult. Good choice by the young setter, Gaia. Great block from Lizzie Smith. Now we're warming up. This is a great set. Team GB lead by 9 points to 6. Jess Grimson goes back to serve. She takes the court this time in this set with her beach partner, Vicky Palmer. Unlucky call there. The setter was called touching the net. As a player, Jordan, the net touches, the ever-changing rules. What's your take on these net touches? Disruptive?
I think they do come up quite a lot in a game. However, personally, and this is my personal view, I do think they're just about right at the minute. At the minute, you can brush the bottom of the net on the way up. If you touch the bottom tape on the way up for blocking, for example, it's fine. It's only really a net fault if you distort the top band of the net, if you distort the height of the net. And I think that's the way it should be, because if you are distorting the height of the net, you're making the game easier or harder for someone. So yeah, I think we've got it right.
Yeah, I wonder if our viewers at home agreed with that latest net touch. Did it disrupt the game? Yeah. Was it a foul? You be the judge. Great pass by Varkas there. Nice swing, Magda Ropiak. There she goes. Whitney Phillips is the player so far for me. She's on it all over the court. Defense, serving, and as you can just see there, every overpass she wants to make hers. Great play. So this is a tight second set, but Team GB still lead with a 3-point cushion, 11-8. Good pass. But I have to say, Team GB this set, their blocking is absolutely concrete. That's a brick wall for sure.
Definitely 4 kill blocks at least there, possibly 5 from the GB girls. But Ray Oyewan seems to be involved in all of them at the moment. She's all over the net.
Oh, yeah. And there we go, the young setter using her middle player effectively. We haven't seen many middle attacks, but the number 4 here. Oh, they've given a touch off the block there, so. Oh, just as I was saying, we've introduced the middle. Magda Ropiak shows her expertise. She can hit and swing through any zone. Is that important for players to be flexible to swing through 2, 3 and 4, Jordan?
2, 3 and 4, you've got a special player right there. Definitely, I mean, if you can be that flexible, go for it. Certainly you tend to get the wing hitters who obviously have that ability to swing through 4 and 2, but that's hard enough as it is, because whichever hand you are, one of them is going to be more difficult because you're going to have to wait for the ball to cross your body off that set. If you can swing through 3 as well, you're a valuable player to your team.
Just like Magda Ropiak there. Pass put the setter under pressure there. In the net and underneath the net and over the line, I think. So here we have GB, Catherine, going back to serve. Again, an important player. Oh, she's putting pressure on Whitney there. Good swing. Difficult for the middle player to turn and play defense off of that. You got to put the ball up on defense. Okay, so we have a double substitution here. We have Luka Toth coming on. Oh, but the referee said rejection, rejection. So sorry to keep you waiting there. It's not a technical timeout, so the substitutions can go ahead. We have Luka Toth on for Magda Ropiak, and we have number 9, Yolande Zuthist, coming on for Gaia Kadavari. So again, like we mentioned earlier, the double substitution, setter goes back court, allows another hitter on the front row. Lukatot to serve. Oh dear, unfortunate there for the number 17. Again, the middle players have to try and do everything. We have to appreciate that they have to jump in every zone. So for them to be turning around and playing defense and setting up for the offense is a lot to ask. Would you say, Jordan?
Certainly. I mean, the middle players have got a lot on their hands, and they're often, on average, they're often taller players. They're often, therefore, not quite as agile. But if you have got that defensively able middle player who can turn around, and it's something most teams tend to work on. Maybe it's not a priority, but they do work on it. If you have got that, you can win that 1 point here or there that makes the difference in a set.
Yeah, agreed. And again, I'd just like to mention that the international flavour to our Azimo Super 8 All-Star team is based around a lot of our Eastern European players, but also the Italians. Number 17, Vitali's in, and I recognise her because she also plays for Italy in the All Nations tournament due this summer, so it's nice to see such a variety of players. We have to thank our international students for helping us bring this lovely game to our island, but also the late and great Don Anthony, who was the previous president of Volleyball England. This is a great sport to watch. Sub coming up for Team GB. Backport specialist, number 8, Charlotte James. On for number 1, Verona Ariani. Charlotte goes back to serve. Great reverse set there from Luka. What a swing. And again, Jordan, we see the long reverse set from Luka there.
Definitely, that's a great set, and she's done well to get a point there. So, I must say, has Charlotte James done well to get a touch on that ball. Charlotte James is an experienced player, experienced coach, the former head coach of the Wales national team, the Welsh boys. She's got some experience herself, she's still on the court, so let's see what she can bring back.
Okay, so we have Team GB in the lead firmly in the second set. It's 17-12. Vicky Palmer back to serve. There she goes, there she goes. Whitney Phillips with the swing.
It's a nice high set, isn't it, there?
Yeah, it gave Whitney a lot of look at the block there and where the spaces was. Jess Grimson looking down the barrel of Whitney there, but she won't be frightened. What a great pass. Oh, is he gonna? Yes, he is. Oh, yes. So, yes, Whitney was waiting for that. She didn't have to panic, but the call's been given. Cannot touch the ball over the other side of the net. And that gives Team GB an even greater cushion. 6 points, they lead 18-13. And actually, Charlotte comes from a volleyball family, I do believe. You've had the good fortune to play with younger brother, Richard James.
I have indeed. Richard James is a couple years younger than me, so he's been playing in the 95-96 cycle, which is also mixed quite well with the 97s, 98s. I myself am a 93-94 England cycle player, but Rich is a very talented player. He's been a hitter in his time, but at the moment he's a very solid passer and defender. Certainly a volleyball family. Mum and Dad are also very involved, always seen at events. I'm not sure if they're here today. Might have a scout for them later. But definitely, it's nice to see there's quite a lot of volleyball families. It's quite a small community, obviously, in this country, volleyball in general, relative to other sports. So it's nice to see families get involved and be known like that and have a great impact on our game.
Yep. Great middle attack there from international team. Bring back that cushion. They're now trailing 15-19. Whitney back to serve. Let's see what she does. Different Libron for the team international as well. Marta Carey plays with the Swiss Cottage team. There's that number 1 again for Team GB. I think that's what you call the paintbrush shot.
Definitely a popular one with some of the middles I know. The paintbrush, I mean, what can you do? You know, you're not expecting it, they're not expecting it. No one knows what's going on.
So again, welcome to anybody who's just joining us at home. We're in the second set of this Azimo Super 8 All-Star women's game. Mark Kontopoulos, head coach of the international team, has just called his second timeout. They trail the second set 15-20 after taking the first set. Darren and Dave Goodchild are actually looking forward to the GB team sealing this second set and giving Jordan the 5-setter he was asking for.
Definitely, they're only 5 points away from that win. The same distance that the internationals are from closing the gap. What were we going to say there, Carol? Sorry about that.
I was just thinking, you're probably welcoming the extra rest.
Absolutely, we've just come off training ourselves, so definitely I'm sure both teams, the team that I'm playing for and the international men, will be thankful.
Oh, great set there by Lukatov.
It was indeed.
Good aggression from Catherine there. Catherine Thornton, number 3 for the GB side. Was a Swiss Cottage, transferred to Bologna, but she's a steady player. There she goes. This time a double touch called by our referee. There goes the drums, there goes the drums. And there's the line swing from Farkas there. International team, 17, 21 down. They serve. Vicky gets her revenge there, so she missed out on the block in the previous point, but I bet she was asking the setter to give her the ball. She wanted that ball. Great swing, Vicky Palmer. Team GB lead 22-17. Oh, what a swing. I do like to see the swing from the back row.
I could not agree with you more. Honestly, I'm a big, big supporter of spreading that play and moving it around, moving the ball around, definitely. And to see that sort of play there, unexpected, it's going to win you a point 9 times out of 10, if it's run well, that is. And it was. Whitney Phillips doing a great job there.
So the international team are under a bit of pressure now. Again, they've fared better than Team GB in the first set. They have 18 points, but it's still got a 5-point cushion to try and bring back. Team GB have the offensive with the serve. So we have a substitution. We have Naji on, number 14, for Vahova. No, not Vahova, Vitali. And on Team GB, Paige Fullerton enters the court. Big block here, big block, coming through zone 2. Dave's put her on to hopefully match up against Whitney. Great defense there from our beach player, Jeff.
She's done really well to get that up.
Again, sensible attack. Go. That's what she's there for. Good decision by Goodchild there, bringing Paige on. She's done her job. So that's what we have as the technical substitution. Paige brought on for the bigger block. Well done, she did her job. She covered the tip cover. Jody back on to run the offense. Tight here in this second set. Probably trying to force the pipe now. Maybe need to use the hitters through the front zone. Difficult choices here, Jordan, because they're under pressure. They're in the lead. They've only need 2 points to close the set.
Absolutely. I mean, the setters are just trying to think about where are they going to get a one-on-one block. Where is that going to happen? And if using the pipe, if they think they see a gap where the middle's moving either side on the other side, the opposing middle's moving, they're going to set it because their job is to make that one-on-one block. It's a tough job.
Yeah, and as we can see there, Team GB didn't get a strike on the ball.
Whitney's punished them for it. Punished them.
Yeah, punish is the right word. You've got to be able to put pressure on from your first service reception. Dave Goodchild calls the timeout. Team GB still lead the second set, 23-21, but everything's to play for. So I'm sure Team GB coaches Dave Goodchild, Darren Lewis are saying to the team, do you know what? You haven't done enough to close the set yet, so calm down. Let's get on with the next point. And then let the international team try and get it back from us. No pressure, no panic, just play. Under pressure, Team GB should close this. Oh, Jess Grimson did well then. The set seemed to die out towards 4. She did very well. She now goes back to serve. Oh no, yeah. Jess goes back to serve. Set point to Team GB. Listen to that crowd. This is volleyball. Oh.
It's a tough watch, isn't it? I mean, there's pressure all over the place. Definitely, it's
definitely
changing.
The sound of the crowd could be off-putting, but SideOut have done a great job. This is a great atmosphere. Second timeout called, Team GB. I have to say that the atmosphere in this Brentford Leisure Centre, provided to us today by Azimo, the Super 8, volleyball, SideOut, London Volleyball, Volleyball England. What a great game of volleyball.
Absolutely, I mean, we are on the edge of our seats here. We're on the edge of closing this set, as GB have been for quite a few points now. They have set point 24-22. Can they close it out?
Game on.
Yeah.
So, Yolanda Zutes goes back. Yolanda is one of our Bologna players, but her nationality is Dutch. She plays for London Bologna in the Super 8 scoring. She swings.
Yolanda's done well there. She's put in a great serve. She's also from a volleyballing family, by the way. Her younger brother's currently in the Dutch national team setup, the youth team setup. So definitely she's got a lot of experience herself. She's done well.
Yeah. Again, great play by the internationals. They only now trail 1 point. She goes to Catherine again. Great swing from Catherine. And that's a tough play at the net. That's a very tough play. Vicky Palmer there, calming the team down. Take a breath. Game on, 24-all. International team have done a great job bringing back that 6-point cushion. Come on, GB, come on, international. Good pass by Vicky Palmer. Who does she go to? There's the slide from Lizzie Smith. Great combination. 1 point saved. And here comes the blocking machine that is V, number 1, Team GB. Can she do it? Can she help them close the set?
Every time she's been at the net so far, she's had something good to say.
There she goes! Whoopa!
Great shot there. The crowd is feeling it. The GB girls are feeling it. And the international ladies are feeling their own kind of, I don't even know, they must be. Do you know what? It's 1-all. It doesn't even matter. It's 1-all. The game is level.
Well, we did say Team GB came on with a nervous start and there was more to come from them. At this level, you just got to take the game to you. Don't worry about anything. Have a swing, see what happens. No pressure. Great game, great set.
So here we are, ready for set 3 of the Azimo Super 8 All-Star game, brought to you by SideOut. We have Jess Grimson on the GB side, ready to serve, and we are level at 1-all. 1-all in sets, let's go.
Wow.
Whitney doesn't hit soft twice, does she?
You can hear the impact she has.
And she's gone for a shot there. That's a great shot. She's curled the ball round and just gone right for that corner. Certainly, I mean, that line shot versus that cross-court hit, I mean, you've got to make that choice in a split second, don't you, Carol?
But I hesitate to disagree with you slightly on that one. I think it was a mishit, if I'm honest.
I give her more credit. Let's, I hope, not see a repeat of set 1 where we had the GB girls struggling a little bit in the passing unit. This is about whether or not they can pull themselves out of any hole they create. That 1 point there, they may be a point down or 2 points down now. They just need to sort that pass out. They don't have to, though.
Nope. Again, that serve-receive unit just has to be a unit. It doesn't matter who's making the pass as long as you're supporting the person. Don't leave the ball.
Lizzie Smith delivering a killer float serve there. The ball comes back over for an overpass, which Jodie Gregson has given back. But they've got it up again and over again. Struggling to get a play out of this rally, Carol.
Yeah. There she goes again, number 1.
Controversy. Was the ball down? What do we think?
Nice swing.
Oh, and they've given. The point has gone to GB there. I think that's a touch off the block. The ball was hit slightly out, but we've just had the ball skim the block there. Points like that, Carol, I mean, they're so scrambly, so scrappy. I mean, what do you, as a coach, what do you tell your team? How do you deal with that?
That's what I call a dirty rally. It doesn't matter what you think of what the play is. You just got to make sure you stay in the rally, and you've got to swing on the ball. I say well done to Catherine for swinging on it. You don't want to finish a rally like that with not being aggressive in a decision. So it was just unlucky, slightly out.
Little bit of the last rally maybe bleeding into this one there. They've got to try and re-stabilize themselves, haven't they, mentally after a rally like that?
Yeah, sometimes you just got to say, do you know what, it might be an easy ball, but I'm going to make you play the ball. I'm not going to make a mistake. It's a mentality.
Yeah, as you just said, yeah, Christina swinging on that ball regardless. It's a mentality, definitely. We're seeing some killer serves now. Or did I mean hits, Carol? I don't know, it's coming from everywhere.
Exactly, but again, Catherine has that aggressive mentality. She's not frightened, she doesn't care where she is in respect to the set. She wants to swing on the ball, so give her the ball.
Score currently 3-all, Jodie Gregson serving. She's served just out the back there, just out the back of the baseline. Whitney Phillips will go back to serve for the international ladies.
Great cover there.
But unfortunately not a second time. I mean, it's so hard. You can only put yourself in so many places, right? You can't cover the whole court.
No, I thought what was good about GB's first attack is that the pass from Jess Grimson certainly allowed the setter to choose not to go to the middle, who was on time. Gave Vicky the choice. She swung. The ball was recycled, but because she was off the net, she couldn't quite see where the outside blocker was.
Whitney Phillips there getting an ace serve. She's just serving on Jess Grimson straight down the line there. Jess has struggled a little bit with that. She's passing it underhand. And that timeout there has been called by Dave Goodchild on the GB coach side. The score is currently 7-3. The international girls are up. This timeout, Dave Goodchild is probably just going to be talking to his players again about that passing unit. Maybe it's this side of court. I mean, who knows? What do you tell your players when they're struggling to pass? Because it means the whole game can't go on, can it?
You have to tell them to take a breath, shake off their shoulders, because what tends to happen, tension brings in, the decision making's not clear. Just go out, make a decision. If it's the wrong decision, it doesn't matter. Make a decision. Put the ball up high and don't panic. Just relax, shake it off. Actually, there's a good song about that.
Are you going to give us a rendition, Carol?
Not here, not today.
The player you can see now, position 3, she's just backing off there now. She's also number 3, Alexia Hova. On the international side, she's a great player. She's just come onto the court again. She has played in the French top leagues, I believe, Carol. She's a very good player. She brings a lot to this game.
Again, Alex is one of the great athletes that we see on the court today. She's powerful, she jumps well, and she's got a swing to die for. She has a lot of experience coming from the French leagues. I think she's currently studying at University of East London.
So this timeout here now, a technical timeout, and we have the international ladies leading 8-5, leading the GB ladies at 8-5. Those 3 points, that 3-point cushion, is probably just down to a few miscommunications and a few passing errors on the GB side. What would you say, not to the GB ladies actually, Carol, but to the international ladies to keep it going?
I would just say, look, the game's fairly balanced. Yes, there's a 3-point cushion, but for me, the game doesn't start till you get to 20 all. So it's not a race. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't panic. Look for the side outs and just keep going. If you have 3 points, don't need to panic. Just keep siding out. Nobody's going anywhere too quickly. Not yet.
Federica Vitali, number 17 on the international side, has put some great pressure on the service from the service line there on the GB girls. Sorry. Dave Goodchild has decided to call a change where you've got Charlotte James coming on for Jess Grimson. That's number 8 for number 2. Let's see if Charlotte can make an impact in the outside slot, hit a position. I think that change is predominantly about passing and serve reception. See how it changes the game.
Great play out the net there by V. There she goes. There she goes.
Good rally.
There she goes.
Yeah.
Great swing. Great swing.
I think we can definitely see that you know what you're talking about there. I mean, that is a great swing, as you said. You know, a great dynamic player. You can see that in a heartbeat.
There's another song that comes to mind. I love the sound of breaking glass.
That substitution you've just seen there on the GB girls side was Paige Fullerton for Vicky Palmer, who's number 14. Paige will be swinging through 2 again. Let's see if she can have that impact which she had in the previous set in a blocking and hitting role. So if you think back to the first pass of the previous 2 serves onto the GB internationals, both balls have gone up in the middle of court, as you've been talking about, Cal. They've gone up nice and high. They're not perfect, but you know what? They've managed to get a swing off it, and they've won a point just like that.
This game of volleyball is simple. give somebody the ball to have a swing. It doesn't really matter. Yes, it's great if it goes through your game player, your playmaker, but you know what? Anybody can set.
Contorting and twisting herself in the air there just to try and get that swing. But number 14, Esther Nagy, has done very well to get that point.
Yeah, I think it's probably the twisted because she has back to front, what we call back to front footwork. So she actually jams in against her right foot even though she's right-handed.
So that serve in the net there brings the score to 11-7 in favour of the international girls. Paige Fullerton, number 10, is about to serve for GB.
That's a change up on the end fence, bringing the outside swing hitter inside.
Was there a slight miscommunication there? It looked like Christina wasn't ready to come inside that far, and she ended up swinging back out onto the line of the court.
I'm not sure. I didn't quite get a look at where the setter sent her middle player. If she sends her middle player on a C-quick, then it frees up the court and puts indecision with the middle blocker anyway.
It's a nice little second ball there. So just a note, the GB Libros have actually changed round. So Sophie Keating has come off. Patricia Coe has gone on. They both got something to deliver. Patricia Coe is from Swiss Cottage. Sophie Keating's been playing for Team Northumbria this year. Two very good Libros who play in a very different way and bring different styles to the court. That can have a nice little impact. What do you think of the whole two Libros system, like in general, Carol, for your team?
I think for me, personally, with my toolkit of players, with only 12 on the score sheet, I would only use one. If the international community decide to go to the 14 players, then yes, I would include two Libros. But I'd rather take one Libro and then have a 4-hitter who could quite easily slip into the Libro slot as well. It's always better to have more offensive players, I think.
Definitely an opinion held by many, I'm sure.
I mean, it's great if you rely on a defensive specialist Libro and a passing serve-receive Libro, but I think you take away from your other areas of the game.
So it's 16-7 down now. The GB girls and the international girls have come off court for another technical timeout. This is, as I said at the beginning, kind of reminiscent of the first set. I mean, it's almost like they're repeating their errors and their issues from that set. How do you go about changing that? What do you do?
I think again it's down to the changes within the squads that we see. Both coaches would be keen to give their players and their bench a go today, shall we say. What's at stake is the pride and the honour of winning this Azimo Super 8 All-Star game. But it's also important about getting everybody a chance on the court. And as we see, GB have had quite a lot of changes. That's got to have an effect on the stability. International team look like they've stuck with a strong first six, so there's the imbalance in some ways. But Team GB can still bring some of this game back.
Absolutely. I mean, there's definitely a lot of pride and honour at stake here today. We're talking about some of the best players in the country who are here in this room playing on this court, and they've all got something different to bring, and it's all in a different way from a different team. So definitely throwing that all together, throwing that all in the mix, it's always going to be interesting. It always might be a little bit unstable.
I think this is the beauty of volleyball. I love all the different styles from around the world, and we have it in this very room now. Just like we'll see again later on in the year at the All Nations team tournament. As my mum used to say, variety is the spice of life.
It certainly does keep things interesting, Carol. See, you've got Charlotte James there, number 8, with another pass. Just start high into the centre of the court. Gemma Beddoes comes through, sets it back to her. She wins a point off the block. As Carol's been saying, if you can get a ball up, if you can get a swing on a ball, you might win the point. And that's better than you putting the ball out the back of the court. You're never going to win a point.
I agree, totally agree with you there, Jordan.
We see that unusual footwork there again, but she finishes it with a tiny little volley down. Gets the job done.
Indeed, but again, this game is about using your head just as much as it's about using your physicality. Sometimes you don't have to go for the big swing, you have to make the play. Find the gap.
On the international side, we've just had Anna Nicopolo come on for Federica Vitali. Anna's now in the front court. Let's see what she can bring again to the blocking hitting. Straight in with a block there. That's what you call a successful substitution.
Indeed.
Whitney Phillips has just come off also for Virag Farkas. Again, who comes into the front court. Can she do the same as Anna Nicopolo and impact the game straight away? She's got a chance. There it is, yet again. I mean, as a coach, is it not great, Carol, to see your subs come on and have that impact straight away?
But that's what you say. I want you to go on. I want you to do this job. Swing away.
Again, another substitution on the international side. You have Gaia Canavari coming on for Luca Toth. That's a setting change, a change of setter. 3 substitutions in a row, 3 points in a row. Maybe not that stable starting 6 anymore, which we mentioned 5 minutes ago.
No, but if you look at the scoreline here, the international team have got plenty of cushion to try a few things out. It's a good chance to get some, maybe of the inexperienced players, a chance to come on and play without the pressure of having to score the points. Just go on and play.
Another substitution, this time on the GB side. You have Valerie Oya1 coming off for Megan Van Essen, who is now also in the front court. Catherine Manklow on the GB side to serve.
I love the confidence the young setter, straight to the middle attacker.
That point goes to GB. Sometimes it's nice to be able to try things, to have that confidence and have that, feel that freedom. Don't you love it when you see a player who is happy to try things, because you never know when it might start working out for them.
No, you've got to have the confidence. If you don't use the middle attack ever, I mean, some coaches will say, I want you to use it within the first 5 points, because once you establish a middle player, you make the middle blocker think, and that's the key to offense.
That middle blocker is certainly the only way you're ever going to get a 2-man block, so you can have them on the balls of their feet and getting it wrong, then yeah, you're winning games.
Great reverse set there. Nice defense, Paige.
High off the block there.
Unlucky.
Just a little bit too tight there, the pass from Paige Fullerton onto the net. And that point has gone international's way. The score is now 22-10. That hit long there has prompted the coaching staff of the GB ladies to call a timeout. They have 30 seconds. If you look to the GB substitutes box, you've only got some dancing going on, a little bit of keeping warm. I mean, at 23-10 down, you're kind of thinking about the next set, aren't you? Because you want to try and regain that momentum for the next set.
It ain't over till it's over, until you see that.
I completely agree with you, but it works both ways. If you have that momentum, you might win this set, you never know. But either way, you go into that next set ready to go.
Indeed. Let's see, let's see.
Firm advocate of it ain't over till it's over. 10 points down, so what?
Well, I ain't singing yet either, Jordan.
just a little bit of a miss hit there from Paige Fullerton. That ball was a little bit too low for her by the time it reached her, wasn't it?
Again, it's a matter of opinion. I don't know if the ball's low. The hitter's got to be starting the rhythm of the approach, so you can always make an adjustment with the last 2 steps.
I like that, Carol. That final point there makes the score 25-10. GB serving it out there with a little ace, clipping the net, but that takes nothing away from it. The international ladies are now 2-1 up. The GB ladies switch back again. Do you think we could still have a 5-set game on our hands here, Carol?
Hey, this game is a fantastic game because you never know how the momentum changes from the back end of one set going into the next set. I've witnessed many a game where you think, yeah, this game's over, it's 2-0 up or whatever. You can't say that.
Case in point, London 2012 Olympic men's final.
There
turned
you go.
it round after 2 sets down. Russia turned it round.
That's what's the beauty about this game. It depends on the instructions that the coaches give in this turnaround and also how the makeup of the team goes into the next set. They may have had a mental, leave the last one behind, let's go start again.
Absolutely, I can't wait to see what these ladies bring back to the court for the 4th set of this Azimo Super 8s All-Star game. Brought to you by SideOut, here we are today. We'll be away for a few minutes now, and we'll be back for the 4th set in just a moment.
Okay, so welcome back. Hope you've made a nice cup of tea, or maybe you're having a nice Pimm's. It's quite nice outside, so here we are. 4th set, Azimo Super 8 All-Star game. International women lead, 2-0. Mark Kontopoulos sets his team up. Dave Goodchild sets his team up. Game on. Mark's decided to go with the young setter Gaia again. She starts in the service box. Let's see what she got. Fair strike to Gribbs Palmer there. There she goes again, number 1, V. Nice block. Again, we have teams that represent, all our teams representing the Super 8 League. Nice to see the variety. Jodie Gregson from Team Northumbria, back to serve, Team GB. That pass was a little bit tight to the net. When the setter's coming from back court, really difficult. Got to just give it a bit of balance.
See, again, there's an opportunity. You know, we keep talking about the different styles of play that we've seen. Some setters like that. Sometimes setters like to be pushed a little bit on the net. I suppose it depends on their height. But definitely, it's great to see so many different opinions, so many different ways of playing volleyball, as you mentioned, because it can all come together in such a beautiful way. They call football the beautiful game. You've missed this if you've done so. Absolutely.
There's that backcourt attack again. Libero gets involved in the offense. Oh, what a great off-shot play by Catherine.
It was up. It was up.
Agreed, but I think Catherine was aware what was in the court. She didn't have the chance to get a great swing, so she managed to direct the ball into exactly the spot she wanted, but agreed, good pickup. Great first pass there from Vargas. And as we mentioned, as Jordan mentioned from the 3rd set, Alex Verhova, Swiss Cottage, she's making a big impact through that opposite position. She's got to be about 5'11", do you reckon?
Yeah, 5'11"-ish. I think I've stood next to her a few times. I'd say that 5'11", maybe 6 foot. She's pushing 6 foot. Do you think she can have the same impact from backcourt?
Absolutely. She has the power. She has the power to drift. So actually, her backcourt swing could actually become a front work swing quite easily. Have to say, I've got to love the emotion and the passion from GB's Catherine Thornton, though. She's carrying the offense at the moment. Swing out there from Magda in that position in the middle again. Setters switching it up.
Oh dear! You don't want to get in the way of that, do you, Carol?
No, she came to win. Virag Farkas, outside hitter from Salford. She came to win. Good adjustment there by Vicky Palmer.
Caught out by a cheeky little roll there from Magda Ropiak. I mean, that decision in the heat of the moment has definitely caught, that change of tempo has definitely caught the GB girls off guard.
But that's what we call intelligent hitters. If you're not in rhythm, why force a swing? Go with the flow and make a decision on a softer touch ball. Good decision. Both setters have had to be forced to use the old dig set. What's your thoughts on dig setting?
Well, I certainly enjoy it when I've seen setters try things. If I try things, I mean, I've seen the odd setter try and set a B with a dig set. I mean, that's been pretty interesting. Dig setting in general, the challenge is trying to keep the hitter in rhythm. I mean, if you can dig set and still keep your hitter in rhythm, you've done something well.
But if the setter's forced to dig, it's normally because they don't feel they can get their hands to the ball. So finding rhythm from the hitter there is going to be very difficult.
That's the challenge, though. I mean, you know, if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing, right?
Yeah. So that was the first swing really we've seen from the back row from Alex. Slightly out, maybe she over-rotated. She'll still carry on swinging though.
We have Cannavaro on the court as well, don't we? So, you know, she's willing to try that sort of thing and willing
absolutely.
to keep setting her.
She'll definitely mix it up. Team GB are leading 7-4. Fourth set. Good recovery. Good control from Alex in the back row. Lizzie Smith with the swing there for Team GB. They lead 8-4 going into the first technical timeout. Just like to say a big thank you to all the volunteers today. Our beautiful game carries on with many people who give up their time voluntarily. So we have line judges, we have balls people, lines people, and we have lots of people who are gearing up this crowd. How different is it for you playing, Jordan, when you have a noisy crowd?
I mean, the atmosphere is just so important to this game. Honestly, some of the best games I've played, you can play with a small crowd. I mean, some of the best games I've played have been in front of small crowds. And either way, it's more about what that crowd does. But when you've got that big crowd, they're engaging with the game, you're engaging them, and you can do that just by playing. You don't need to talk to them. Your game engages them. It can be great. Everyone is getting something out of it in the room. And even the volunteers are brought into that, as well as the guys you just mentioned. You've even got the team attaches and other people who are working directly with the teams and directly with the other staff. And everyone comes together to make it the event that it is. And this is definitely a great event to be a part of today. I cannot wait for my time on court later.
Brilliant. I totally agree with you there. We even saw one of the referees earlier in the huddle with the team international having a shout. So here we are, fourth set, 8-4 Team GB with number 1, V to serve.
They've got 3 touches.
Yeah.
They decide to put it over in 2 though.
Again, great choice by the young setter there. There she goes, unlucky. Good aggression from Catherine, but unfortunately didn't find the court on that occasion.
Certainly as they settled into it, we started to see more second tempo attacks coming into the game. That's great. It's great to see, you know, they're mixing it up. They're trying to outsmart the defense on the other side.
Yeah, I like that. Good pass from Jess Grimson. Referee not agreeing with Jodie Gregson there. You're not allowed to touch the ball to allow the setter to make the play. So the international team have managed to grab a few points back coming out of that technical. Here we have Magda Ropiak to serve. Unfortunately, couldn't convert that one. Tight game here in the fourth set. We are close to a fifth set, Jordan.
Certainly 9-6. I mean, again, more reminiscent of the second set rather than the first or the third for GB and for the GB ladies here. I'd love to see it. It's not that I want a fifth set so much. I want the competitiveness. That's what engages the crowd, where you've got both teams fighting. As my coach, Keith Trenham, or he has been my coach for the last few years at Sheffield Hallam, always says, people come to see you play hard and try. They don't really care what they're looking at. Sometimes people don't even know what they're looking at because they don't watch volleyball. But you try, you give them a game to watch, they're happy.
Yeah, we saw a great recovery there from Jodie Gregson, chasing the ball off into the scorer's table. Oh, sneaky first serve there from Vicky.
That's a little bit of a beat shot there, isn't it?
Jess loves to play the beat shot, but she also drew the blocker on that occasion. So, international team call their first timeout. They trail 6-11 in this fourth set. So Mark is just going to try and instill a little bit of confidence, balance the game out. And we have a crowd pleaser also today. We have somebody called, I think his name is Costas. He's working on the tannoy for us in the game today at Brentford Leisure Centre. And he's introduced a little dance that you might want to try at home. It's called the dig, dig, hit, hit, volley, volley, and block, block dance. I'm sure you've got the moves there. I certainly know Richard James will be dancing away.
I'd love to be dancing with him. I don't even know if I've learnt this one myself yet, Carol, to be honest. But hey, I'm more than happy to give it a go.
It has a Greek rhythm and it's a count of 4. So 4 digs, 4 volleys, 4 blocks, 4 hits. There you go.
You're going to have to repeat that all for me in a minute.
There she goes again. Varhouse for the international team. Side out. Didn't that used to be a shop? 24 hour? Oh no, 7 to 11. Does what it says on the tag. Okay, here we go with the double substitution that both teams seem to have favoured. It allows a hitter to come on front court. So here we have number 9 for the international team, Yolanda Zuthaist, and the setter comes on Luca Toth for the back row. So she can control the game from the back of the court, allowing her 3 swings on the front court. Sadly, the back row setter is not allowed to play the ball above the height of the net. So Team GB are 13-7 up in this fourth set. Jess Grimson to serve. Big swing there from number 16, Virag Farkas.
I think that's a great set. Yeah, the middle hit has done well to put that away, but the set has done even better to get that to her. She's off the net. She's set it in a place where she's got an open court, and she's hit it hard.
Good recovery from the international team with the overpass. Great cover there by Jess Grimson and a long tip from Alex. Catherine goes for the swing again. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of firepower on that international side, isn't there?
What you don't want to put Alex in rhythm because she just sees court. She just sees court. Nobody in her way.
I must say, I've known Alex for maybe a couple years now, but I've actually rarely seen her on court. It is fairly impressive to watch, but that's what this is about, bringing those best players of the league that have been playing in the league together.
Absolutely. So once again, the international team are trailing in the fourth set. Dave Goodchild decided to take an early timeout this time, hopefully to interrupt the rhythm that the international team have brought about. In terms of rhythm, Jordan, how important is it? 2 points, 3 points, 4 points? When do you break the rhythm of the other team?
For me, it's actually one of the most impressive things about volleyball. Quickly, like it follows for me the whole idea of volleyball, which is that it's a rebound game. I love that about the sport, the fact that the ball's never caught. But following that, I love the rhythm element of it. I mean, the game can change so quickly. People who don't play the game never believe me when I say, literally, you can be up 4 or 5 points and then find it level in a heartbeat. It's amazing, and trying to control that you know, that's the challenge. That's what you go out there to do. And yeah, if you're going to have an influence on that with the way you play your game, great. You've done well. You've done your job. Yeah, very much like tennis, the game is changed. Again, for Team GB, we have a similar double substitution. So we have Paige Fullerton and Gemma Beddoes back on to allow, again, 3 hitters to swing front court. Game on. Anna Nikopoulou to start serving, coming out of this timeout. They trail 10-13. Struggled to get the ball wide enough there for Paige Fullerton. That means the lead is now reduced to just 2 points. Oh, that's gone spinning off the libero. Test the nerves here, test the nerves. Again, a slight indecision there from the international team. Referee decides to call time on that one with Luca. The reverse set saying that the ball was a double touch. Bit difficult. Would you rather see the game play out or call for the small handling? I mean, personally, it depends. It depends how bad it is, and I know that's the kind of cop-out answer, but it really, really does, because you want to see that smoothness of the game. You want to see that flow of the game. That's where the beauty of volleyball is. But you do want there to be limits, because at the end of the day, if you're catching the ball and throwing it out, you know, it's not the game. No, exactly. But it can be disruptive. So we have another substitution for the international team. Number 14, Esther Naji's on. Missed swing there from the international team gives Team GB the advantage going into the technical timeout. So once again, people at home, hope you're enjoying this first game of the Azimo Super 8 All-Stars. The men will due to follow. Obviously, if this goes to a 5th set, Jordan, it means that we may have to say goodbye to allow Jordan time to warm up for his own game. But it's been a pleasure with you today, Jordan, as ever. Very influential speaker on the game and great ambassador for our game. Thank you very much, Carol. I've been very lucky to be put in many of the positions that I have, and I just try and make sure that I, you know, have the best impact and the best reflection on the game that I can have and that I can give. So yeah, massively appreciated. If we do go to a 5th, I probably will be watching it from the stands, trying to get changed frantically. But yeah, no, it's been great to be here with you today. Okay, so here we are, 4th set. Brought to you today by SideOut. Let's big up both teams as they come back onto court. Big front line from GB, Catherine, V and Paige. The international will be looking to break through. Oh, there's a point. Look at the defense on that. Oh. Unlucky Team GB. Great pickup by Jess Grimson there. They've done so well to get an up like that and then get a swing on it. And it's only just out. I mean, that's what you want. It's percentage volleyball. You're going to win some of those, you're going to lose some of them. I want to see more power from these girls. Come on. That's what we like. There's that dig set we were talking about. Paige just hesitating there. It is hard for the hitters. I mean, especially when you're working with a setter that you don't know. You don't know whether they're going to try and give you a rhythm or whether they're just going to try and put the ball up to swing for you. That comes with time. But you know what? These girls are making a good job of it anyway. Well, I think that's the first ball we've seen into the ceiling today. Yep.
So it's a tight game here in the fourth set. The left-hander Yolande Zuthuis seems to be causing some problems for Team GB. Jess Grimson takes control this time. Oh, wow. Luca felt that block for sure.
It almost seems like she let the ball drop a little bit too late, the hitter there, and was just hitting into the block by the time she actually got to the ball and was actually hitting it. But nonetheless, a great block, not to take away anything from the great block on the international side from Luca Toth.
So again, back on with the Team GB. Jodie Gregson back on to lead her team with Vicky Palmer in the opposite slot. Deep long serve from the left-hander. She's causing us trouble. Oh!
That is impressive. Right there, we've got a reverse set to C. A reverse set to the middle, a C ball there. That's great to see. That's some great volleyball.
Yep. Always like to see the middles get involved. So, substitution, Team GB. Charlie on for Jess. Scores are level. If you ever wanted to, it's a good time to start shouting for your team, even if you sat back at home watching it on TV.
That's 16 all, there's only one place to go, and that's 20, like you mentioned earlier. And then from 20, you're looking for that magical 25.
Absolutely. What's the saying? Go hard or go home?
Yes, Carol, I like it.
Deep serve from Jodie, putting the four-hitter under pressure. Ah, there you go. Great serving tactics there from Team GB. Want to put that four-hitter straight back in. Ah, Mark's picked up on it though. He's switched it across. That's a great shout from the coach. Gives the server a different look. No matter to Jodie Gregson, she's not bothered, eh, Jordan?
Yeah. They're actually passing on four there, so that's great to see. Jodie's picking her spot. She's serving at it well. She's serving at it hard. She's going hard. She's not going home, as you would say, Carol. Yeah.
So here we go, back into the fourth set. Games balance, 19-16. Team GB lead.
Look who we have here at position 4 on the GB side. Oh no, she's actually at position 3. But either way, that's Bakare, one. A great blocker for the GB girls right now in this game. Let's see if she can bring something to it now.
Oh, well, the idea was right to try and get Alex to swing through two there, but disappointing that the Team GB didn't pick on the fact it was a close step. Get in behind that cover. That ball just dropping inside. Do you think the heats have an effect on this game today?
Do we mean the temperature heat or the heat in the room? Because it's definitely heating up.
I think we could be talking about both. Oh, that's a great line shot from Catherine. She switched it up there. Okay, so here we have number 18 coming on for number 6, Virat Farkas, Whitney Phillips, MVP of the All-Star League. Oh, that's a great block by Vicky. Again, good call by Catherine in the backcourt, off the block from Whitney. Good recovery by the libero. Don't rush the middle player with the overpass. Oh! Unlucky there.
That's a tough call, because the ball there has been blocked by Vicky Palmer. The ball is going down, but in the process of blocking the ball, she's obviously touched the net, so it is international's point.
It's a hard one for the referees to determine, but it's also really, for a great play, it's really off-putting for the blockers and the hitters there, because it's so difficult to call that one. It kind of deflates the attack a little bit. Estanaji there with the serve, causing a problem on the other side. Game is now level. We're back to that 20-all. This is where the game starts, Jordan.
Yeah, definitely. This is a big point. And a great pass to start it off.
Unfortunately, an overhit there by Vicky from a good pass. This is about staying level-headed. Team GB have a substitution.
So this is also the first time the international ladies have led since before the technical timeout, since before any time in this set. This is the first time they've led in this set. And at 21-20 up, that's a great position to be in. That's when you want to be making that switch.
Setter having... This serve is definitely putting pressure on the receive. The setter, Jodie, was forced to dig that ball. But they should know where this ball is going. She likes the cross court. Shift your vision, shift your play. Keep the ball off the net. Great use of the block there by Charlie. She's a small player, but she jumps well, and she has a good assessment of what the block's doing, so she uses it in order to wipe off. You've enjoyed many a wipe-off, Jordan, I believe.
I do. I really like that element of the game. It's one way to win points. Some people like it, some people don't. I've certainly employed it in my game quite a bit recently.
Well, it's definitely a style of play that you have to be able to cope with. Charlie's just won another point for Team GB. Same style, she goes up. She's not going to try and challenge the block to go over the top. She uses the block, wipe out.
Definitely. I mean, if you can do both, do it. Go for it. 22-all. Or not.
But that's what we all want to see. We want to see somebody who just puts the ball away, period. So that gives the advantage now to the international team. They lead this fourth set and the game. 2-1, 23-22 up. What have Team GB got? Soak it up, give it back. Change your serve up there. Luca Toth certainly knows how to mix up her serves. As you mentioned in the first set, she's taking a look at serve reception. She's picking exactly where she wants to play.
She needs one more to win this game.
Off play shot by Vicky. Whitney goes for the big swing. Oh, yes. There she goes. Just out by Whitney. She was not going to bail on that.
That's 3 swings there. 3 swings from Whitney Phillips. That's great to see.
But at set point, you can't afford to be indecisive. You've got to go for the shot.
Again, big point here. The international ladies have the first attack. And they have also match point.
Edge of the seat stuff this. Oh, Whitney hesitated, so she went for the off play. Who's going to get the swing? Under pressure, block. Good pick up there. Ceiling height a little bit challenging. There
She does not give them a second chance. Whitney Phillips puts the final ball down.
Fabulous, fabulous play from the international team. Down in that fourth, but didn't give up hope. Well done to Mark Kontopoulos and the squad. Great job, Team GB. great to see these people play.
Definitely, that's a great game to watch. Definitely heated up towards, you know, the second, third, fourth set. That got very, very tense very quickly. Great game to see, and yeah, congratulations to the coaches, congratulations to the players. I'm going to have to run off now to make sure I'm ready to get on court. But before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's listening, a big thank you to Carol, and to all the organisers and sponsors of this event. It's a great event. I can't wait to play my part in it. Thank you very much.
So thanks, Jordan. Go and get yourself ready. People at home, go make yourself a cup of tea, quick loo break. Game on, men, in about half an hour.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that coverage. That was a fantastic match there. And many thanks to our two commentators. A real high quality volleyball match, and the men are going to be delivering just the same a little bit later on. They're all heading off. Many thanks there to Jordan, who gave us some great commentary there. And don't leave us for a second. A few questions are coming in online on the web, but a few people were saying that the quality of that match was really, really high. And, you know, individual mistakes, sometimes you can tell if a quality drops because you see individual mistakes. You could probably count them on the fingers of one hand in that match.
Yeah, the errors are always going to come. It depends on the pressure that the other team put on. And we saw from the very start, the international team were putting pressure on from the service point. Nerves also take part in this game, because with a great crowd that we have today and the noise level, that's going to put people under a little bit of pressure. But I have to say, the game definitely warmed up, and it was great to see 4 sets from these girls.
Do you think that the better team won overall? Do you think that they just had that little bit extra on the big hits that were coming in from mid-court?
Absolutely. I think they were more stable throughout, and I think they had the bigger offensive lineup. But I think Team G did bit well, because they actually defended better in some parts where they got blocked for points. And it's always difficult. The purpose of the block is to slow the game down, but if you can actually win points from it, that really helps to turn the game around. Most points are won from the defensive side.
Yeah. And it was noticeable as well that Mark was working the substitutions all the time. So some people, you know, think that managers don't work very hard. Actually, he was working his socks off there, always looking at tactics.
Absolutely. There's almost an unwritten rule in volleyball that if the coach takes a timeout or does a substitution and you win the subsequent point, that's the coach's point. He gets the point on the stat, for sure.
Well, we really enjoyed that. The men are coming. I'll tell you what, there's some very big lads in this men's team. So I think you said there was 1 roof hit in that last match. I think we might see a few roof hits off the bounce with these guys. They are hitting that ball very hard. Yeah,
you definitely need a full metal jacket and a helmet for this game, for sure.
Okay, well, we're going to go and get our helmets on, and we'll see you a bit later. Thank you.